start with an opening statement from Coach and then get to questions to the players, and we'll dismiss the players and get to questions for Coach. Coach, go ahead and start with an opening statement.
All right. Well, a lot going on today. Obviously, a rivalry game. It was a great day for our team to be able to honor our alumni. It was Alumni Day as well. It was also Girl and Women's in Sport Day that we were celebrating. So just a lot of really meaningful things for our team to play for today, and I thought we played super inspired. I think the other thing that's really great about what happened today is, we've got our 4 seniors in particular who only had one shot at this here, to be able to play in this rivalry game at home, and they capitalized on it, and they played great. Our whole team played great, and I thought there were some moments where the energy was so great. I was trying to make sure that our team was staying composed and locked in, and they didn't need my help. They were in it, and were able to stay composed throughout the game, and even in the second half when they went zone for pretty much the remainder of the game, I thought we handled that extremely well.
Angie, first time being a part of this rivalry, what was it like, and what's it like to come out with a win?
It felt awesome. I talked about this with Coach Carey in the spring when I was getting recruited here, how much it means to be a Yote and playing against, what was the top team in the Summit League. So it just feels great, and it came down to preparation and just want.
Elise, kind of same question. What was it like going into this game and then coming out of it with that result?
I think it just goes to show how hard we've been working this entire time. I know we've been counted out a few times by other people, and it feels good to come out and show them what we're really made of, and that we're here to stay, and that we're trying to start a legacy, and this is step 1 of it. So
you had a nice lead going into the fourth quarter, and they never made any real run to come back. What were you able to do to prevent them from ever making a run?
Well, I think it's an obvious answer, kind of, in my opinion. Just we were able to get stops, and Elise had a couple of insanely amazing rebounds. But it's one thing to defend and make them take a tough shot. It's another to finish the possession with the rebound. And I felt like we were able to do that consistently enough, especially in the fourth, where they weren't able to get like a run where they were, building momentum. And so our team, I think, on the offensive end then was able to play a little bit more free rather than, maybe playing in that mode where you're just trying to stay safe and keep a lead that's dwindling away. I never felt like we got into that situation.
Angie, obviously a big game offensively and the hot hand from 3. What was sort of your game plan, I guess, or outlook offensively? Were you thinking you'd have a big night from outside, or did it just come to you? How did that play out?
I think it was just important for me to take it one possession at a time, seeing what the defense was giving me, reading it. After that, I think my first take of the game, I got swatted, and I was like, okay, well, that's probably not going to be there. So, just trusting my shot, trusting the work I put in. That's it. Trusting my teammates. They set me up. It was great.
Carrie Brooklyn-Meyer had a big game for them, but nobody else really did. Was that part of the game plan that, hey, she's great, she's going to get hers, let's make sure someone else doesn't beat us?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at a lot of their stat sheets at end of games, and you've got 4 or 5 kids that just hit you all over the place, because Brooklyn she's not just a great scorer, she makes her teammates better. She's a really good passer, and so I think you need to be overly concerned about her, but you can't put all of your focus on just her and trying to eliminate her scoring. Otherwise, everybody scores. We did a good job, I felt like, of making her catches difficult. I mean, Elise had to, we were in a little bit of foul trouble. Elise did a great job on her, so we were mixing up who we had defending her, and I felt like we were doing a good job of making her work for her catches, but also, like, she's going to score. She's a really good player, and, we wanted our players to understand that was going to happen, and not to get too frustrated with that.
You kind of alluded to it. You haven't beaten these guys in several years. You hadn't beaten these guys. how significant of a win is this?
Well, I mean, I'm just, for me personally, you know, it's really only my third time playing against them. But for our players, again, they don't have a lot of opportunities to play in these kind of rivalries. You know, so for them, this is something they're going to remember for a very, very long time. And so I'm just glad that they were able to experience that, and I got to be a part of it. And for them to have, you know, such great days. I mean, Elise had a career high, double. You know, these two compete, and so do their teammates. And so just to have them have this experience makes me happy. And you know, I think for our fans, they've been waiting for a while for this, and they're super excited about it. And so we're happy we could do it for them as well.
Do we have any other questions for the players here? Yeah, go ahead.
At least when you say, you know, you and some of the other transfers came here to, you know, kind of establish a legacy, can you just kind of dig further into that and how much today is a part of that?
I think it's just important to remember that, like Coach said, that this is our first year here, and we understand that last year was rough, but coming in, we wanted to make a name for ourselves, and we've been working really hard to do that. So I think moving forward, by setting that foundation, it'll help the next people coming along. So I just want like to leave like our younger ones with something to look forward to. Like, this is what it can be like, and this is what it should be like if you give it your all.
Yeah, Elise, tell me what's going on in your mind when Patience and Josie both get 2 calls, they step up on both, and then you decide to start going crazy offense.
Well, I figured, you know, she's hard to guard on offense, but she's all respect to her. I was like, you know what, I don't think she's going to come out, so I'm just going to take the shot. I guess I was just thinking not to foul and to play as straight up as possible and move my feet with her. She's a tough guard. She's tough to guard. So just respecting that and going after her, like not letting up. It's big.
That injury, first off, congrats on 1,000 points.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I've never seen somebody smile so much when they're playing as you did in that second half. Just talk me through what was going on in your mind as you were almost quite literally not missing in the second half.
Basketball's fun. Winning's fun. And I came here because I wanted to have a good time and, you know, make something happen. And I'm happy I'm doing both. So I'm loving basketball again. I'm loving playing under coach. I'm loving playing with my teammates, and it's just a great time. So.
A lot to smile about.
Yeah.
And then for all 3 of you, Coach, you mentioned it earlier, but getting to play on the weekend before National Women and Girls in Sports Day against your biggest rival, you've got all the little girls up in the student section there on the court before the game. Just talk to me about the significance of having this game with this result for you guys on this day, and what that can do for just the women's basketball community around here.
Yeah, I mean, despite everything that was going on, sometimes you just have those moments where you notice things, you know, and what I thought was super cool was when we were getting ready for the national anthem, so many of those little girls, when they were standing there, they were kind of like turning around, looking at our players like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? You know, and I was like, this is exactly it right here. That, you know, there's not greater role models, I'm telling you, than these two sitting next to me and the players on our team for young girls. And, you know, to be able to come out and play the way we did and play inspired and be role models, that's one of the most beautiful things about sport. And I would say that they would probably feel that way as well.
I think representation matters, especially for young girls. I remember being a little kid and looking at older women's basketball players and thinking like, man, I want to be that one day. And I think to plant that seed early on is really important in their lives.
I mean, yeah, same for me. Like, I was that little kid in the stands at the San Diego State games. So I was like, man, that'd be really cool if I was that one day. So.
Any other questions for your players before we let them go?
Thank you. Go Yotes.
Right?
Anybody can go ahead with questions. Any more questions for Coach? Right back.
Coach, seeing the energy in the crowd when Angie was hitting those threes, especially in that third quarter. Take me through what your experience for that was like.
Well, I mean, I've been around a while, right? So for me, sometimes I have to catch myself and make sure that I do enjoy a little bit of those moments. But, sometimes I totally miss that stuff because I'm just locked in on whatever's next. But again, for our players, I mean, the energy in the SDSU today was unbelievable. And like I said, some of them have never experienced anything like that. And so that's going to be something they remember, for a lifetime.
Yeah, I haven't been around for too long yet, but I just haven't seen a group of girls like that having that much fun on the court. Just, what does that make? Does that make your life easier as a coach when everything looks like they're just having a good time and they're not worrying about kind of the mistake they just made or the next play or anything like that, and they're just out there essentially playing basketball with their friends?
I mean, that's kind of one of our philosophies is you're always better at things that you do, that you're passionate about, and you have joy doing. And so we never want to take that from them. I think they're better when they play with joy, when they're having fun. We talk a lot about joy being balanced with focus as well. You can't have one without the other. This is a group that they love basketball and they love each other, and like I said, they are really good when they're having fun and they're able to be free of worrying about the last play and just staying in the moment, staying present, and trying to win that possession.
Where do you feel this win kind of ranks with your other wins this season? Most notably, I'm thinking about the Kansas State one. Obviously, this was a rivalry setting in league play, but where do you kind of feel this one stacks up for you?
I mean, every win is a good win, but I think it's a little bit different just because it's in conference play, and there's more implications really for it. Obviously, every win you can get in conference is super important. Anytime you can get a win against somebody that's above you in the standings, it's important as well. But I think for this one's just so special because I know how much it means to everybody. This rivalry is intense. I learned real quickly last year that it's a meaningful rivalry, and so we've got, like I said, we've had fans that have been waiting for this for a little while, and they're enjoying it, and that as a coach that makes me happy.
Last thing for me, just what can you say about Angie and the way she's kind of been a shot in the arm of the program on the day that she scores her 1000th point here?
Yeah, she's an emotional kid, as you can see when she plays. And I think she's learned how to take that emotion and let it out at times, but also understand how to not let it pull her away from being in the moment. And so it's been fun, especially in these last several weeks, to kind of see her be able to do that as a point guard, as a leader, and I think we needed to stretch the floor today. And, she's somebody that's not afraid of those shots. She wants to take those shots. And so, it does not surprise me one bit that she hit 6 of them today, 6 for 7. I mean, that's insane. She was feeling it.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.